We do have our guest here today. I'm going to give you a brief intro first to Helen. She is a new Pittsburgh-based company. It's called Spand Ice, and they're creating a thermal therapy clothing designed to help people to manage pain, quote, on the go. Taking the thermal therapy and combining into a comfortable clothing to help people manage pain while staying mobile and active. Their first product, the Revive Tank, which she's going to talk a lot about today, focuses on low back and mid-back pain. So I'm going to introduce now. Helen, are you there?
I'm here. Thanks for having me.
Hi, good morning.
Good
I'm
morning.
glad you're here today, too. As you can see, I'm having a little difficulty with my throat and talking today, so I do apologize to the listening audience. I'm going to let Helen do most of the talking for the rest of the way out here. I'm going to ask her some questions as well. But I'm very happy to have her here. We are definitely considering a partnership with Spand Ice as well. I have not had the link set up on my website yet, but I will in the very near future. And we're very proud to have her on the show today here with Back Talk. So, Alan, can you tell us more about Spand Ice and the Revive Tank?
Sure, absolutely. Thanks a lot for having me on your show. Like you had said in the introduction, the Revive Tank is our first product to market. And the reason I created this product is based out of my own need, which I'll get to my story in a minute. But I really wanted to create a way to give people ice and heat therapy in a much easier way. So we created a garment to do that you can wear while you live your life without taking time out of your life. Since compliance is a really big issue with administering ice or heat modalities. So what I've created is a full zip tank top design. It has adjustable pocket locations that goes from the thoracic to the sacral region, from T6 to S2. Has adjustable compression straps to bring the therapy close to your back, like a big hug. You can use hot or cold therapy that lasts up to 3 hours, and we have a patent pending on our design. So it's essentially, think of a full zip tank top that you can wear by itself, under your clothing, over your clothing, that you can get your icing and heating in on the go without skipping a beat of your life.
It's very convenient. It actually looks very nice. You had it in the office, and I saw you put it on, and it looks very shapely. It looks very nice. It fits under your clothes, correct?
Yes, so you can wear it by itself. I wear it all the time, running to the grocery store after a workout while I'm icing my back at the same time, and everybody thinks I'm just wearing an athletic shirt.
And it looks very nice, and especially for women as well. They want to look stylish. They want to look. They don't want to look like they have something bulky under their clothes. A lot of women, especially, come into my office. And they're like, "You want me to wear this over my clothes or under my clothes?" And they're just really worried about the way they look as well. And I think that's important. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the reasons we spent a long time prototyping this design, is because we wanted it to look good by itself. We wanted it to not be visible for people who were wearing it under suits or, while they're traveling or while they're working, so they could just simply get on with their life and not have somebody say, "Hey, what's going on? What are you wearing there?" It's just really an easier method for the thermal modality delivery system.
All right, so how did you come up with the Spand Ice and the Revive Tank?
Okay, so I actually have back pains myself, believe it or not. I've had years of chronic back pains due to a hypermobile spine. So I've been through the gauntlet of pain medication, physical therapy, traction machines. A lot of that really helped, but it didn't resolve the inflammation that I got from, normal activity. I like to work out and bike ride, and all of those things do, end up causing some inflammation if I push myself too far. So I really needed to figure out a way to get my ice therapy in. Since I knew that, ironically, all of the treatments that I had tried before, they worked temporarily, but icing really, for me, was the way to resolve my back pain. I just didn't have a really easy way of getting it, and more importantly, I didn't have time. I was lying on the floor with 3 ice packs, and I thought there's got to be a better way, to get my icing in without taking time out of my life. So now I've designed this in a way that I can come home from the gym, I can make a protein shake, make my dog breakfast, even take him on a walk, check a couple emails, all while I'm icing my back before I get in the shower and start my day. So, it really, for me, icing was the only thing that worked on a regular basis. And I actually ended up with an ulcer from so much pain medication. So that really kind of prompted me into the prototyping development phase a few years ago. So it actually worked, really well for me to the point that I no longer have to take any medications. So I said, if it works so well for me, I should make it for other people. So that's where we are today.
That's very interesting. I do want to remind people out there listening, we're typically to take calls toward the end of the show today. She's going to go over a lot about this, the Revive tank and how it was developed, and some other questions we're going to go over as well. We do have open phone lines, 412-825-6262, 412-825-6262, if you have any questions for Helen today. Helen, so your product worked for you. What about other people?
Right. So we actually went through a series of testing. In a crude prototype design, we went through a 2-week alpha testing to just prove the validity of the product. And was this something that people wanted? Would it work for other people? So over a 2-week period, we used an Oswestry back index scoring system, which is a standard across back pain clinics for judging people's pain before, during, and after using our Revive tank. And we found that after 2 weeks, people were, on average, reducing their pain by 12 points. So that could take somebody from a severe level of pain to a moderate level of pain, or a moderate level of pain to a very mild level of pain. So we definitely knew that the product was working for people. So, and then we actually went into a heavier prototyping phase where I actually hired a product development team to help me create a Revive tank to where it is today. We also started conversations with chiropractors and physical therapists and specialty pain clinics like yourself to see areas of interest. Would this work for their patients, and to really integrate the current pain points that people were having with their current thermal modalities into a better design to make patients and people suffering from pain more compliant. We also partnered with an orthopedic doctor, Dr. James Cosgrove, and he's out of Tri-Rivers Musculoskeletal Center, and he specializes in pain medicine, physical medicine, rehab, electrodiagnostic medicine, and he really helped us fine-tune our design, and so it could really go leaps and bounds above competition for helping people be more compliant and also in their pain management.
What did you do to introduce the product?
So that's actually an interesting story. So we knew that we were doing something a little bit different in the pain space by, taking current modality, ice and heat. I mean, we weren't reinventing ice and heat. We're only reinventing how to administer it and how to give it to you, and crossing lines with the fashion world to making it something that you could actually take outside of your home. So we wanted to do a big splash for our company and our first, product to market, which is the Revive tank. So we actually did a Kickstarter campaign at the beginning of this year, and it was pretty elaborate. We had a launch party here in Pittsburgh. We had a goal of raising $30,000 to get us into our first production run, which we manufacture out of Roanoke, Virginia, here in the U.S. And we were 114% funded. And in the end, we delivered over 300 Revive tanks from as close as Pittsburgh to as far as Egypt. It's really successful.
Tell us a little bit, before we continue on with some of the questions, tell us a little bit about your website. You want to talk a little bit about that and how you...
Sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. Our products are actually for sale on our website. It's spandice.com. That's SPAND-ICE.com. You can read, more about our Revive tank and the benefits, as well as purchase a male or female design. They range in size from small to double XL because we want them to fit your body perfectly. And we do free shipping in the U.S. You'll also see testimonials on our website from people who've bought and are using our product regularly, as well as local and national press coverage that we've got and blog articles that I've written to help people get through their pain points.
Now, you talk about testimonials. Have you noticed on my show, too, we have testimonials all the time with Vaccine and Health. We help people with their disc-related issues and helping them avoid back surgery. What are people saying about the Revive Take, and do you have testimonials? A lot of people out there probably wondering, does this product really work?
Absolutely. And so after our Kickstarter campaign, we wondered the same question for people who were paying real money for our product. So we conducted a survey and got a ton of feedback from how people are using our product, to what they think about our product, and so on. And, people are using it daily, multiple times a day to weekly to as needed. They're using it between average 30 to 60 minutes. But some 20% of people are using it for 1 to 2 hours or until the packs become room temperature. But most people are using it post workouts, after and even during household chores, long golf games, after sitting for long durations or traveling, and people are even using it in the garden. So there's a whole array of how people are using our garment inside and outside of their home. But I think the most important thing is that we're really getting a lot of amazing testimonials from people who are saying they've had back pain for years and are just chalking it up to getting older. And they're finding that the Revive Tank is really giving them, that extra edge to go further, to do more activity, also helping them from the highs and lows of depression and pain. And we're even finding that 44% of people who are using our garment are taking less pain medications. So that's
really great.
Pretty big statistic.
So how is your product different from the other icing heating therapies that are out there? There's so many different things out there. How is it different?
Well, first of all, I want to talk about the thermal therapy packs that we're using.
Okay.
We've partnered with a company here in the U.S. That develops these ice packs that we've integrated into our Revive Tank. So they're the longest lasting on the market. They last over 3 hours. They can go either hot or cold. You put them in the freezer for cold therapy or in the microwave for hot therapy. And we do sell 2 packs, so you can use both if you prefer. And they have these special little pillows inside that have a different chemical structure, so they can help to keep the therapy colder or longer lasting. We also are using a special combination of materials from spandexes and neoprenes to not only help the product be form-fitting to your body, but also to protect your body from the extremes in the temperatures, from the really hot and the really cold, so you don't have to worry about safety issues or 10 minutes on, 20 minutes off, and so on with your icing and heating. You can actually just set it and forget it. And we already talked about the adjustability and icing locations. There's 2 pockets, so you can target pain in area from T6 all the way down to, where your tailbone, the top of your tailbone to S2. And we do have an adjustable compression strap that wraps around your waist, pulling the therapy close to you. And this is important because it's not a compression piece. People who are injured or have limited mobility will have an easy time getting in and out of our garments. And it's, much like VaxD, it's a really non-invasive approach. It's more of a holistic approach to reducing pain and inflammation that we've proven works. So we're reinventing ice and heat therapy with the user in mind.
Anything else you'd like to mention with making the product different from other icing or heating therapy?
Say that again? I'm sorry.
Any other differences between the normal heat or ice therapies that you wanted to mention?
This isn't a wrap technology; it's a garment. Like I said, we're making it so you can take your icing and heating regimes and take them outside of your home, whether you're wearing them underneath your clothing in the office, or you're wearing it in transit, or you're just leaving the gym and popping this garment on and going and running some errands. It's actually really versatile in how you can wear it, and because it's a sized garment in both male and female designs, It fits your body perfectly. It's not a one-size-fits-all, and you can take it outside of your home. And obviously, time management is a big thing in today's world. You no longer have to take time out of your life to use our thermal therapy tank.
Did you say you have a patent on this device?
I do. I have a patent pending, so we're hoping that it goes through. But I did file a patent on application last September.
Oh, that's exciting.
Thank you.
Now, how are people using the Revive Tank? Where and when do they use it?
So a lot of people are using it post-activity, whether it's after a rigorous workout in the gym or hours of yard work or coming home from any activity and using it in their home. But now we're starting to see more people are using it during activity, whether it's during long drives. People are, from my testimonials, I'm seeing people are using it on walks, during exercise at the gym to actually fight off fatigue, so they can get more out of their workout, and even in the back half of a round of golf, so they can get to another game the next day. So we're seeing a wide array of application uses, across the board. People are still using it, of course, for a recovery tool after surgeries to help them, get heal quicker. And one interesting point is that by using the garment for longer periods of time and moving around, it's promoting this vasodilation and vasoconstriction of the blood flowing through the application site, which actually allows for faster healing.
Which makes sense, and that's why I'm excited to partner with you, too, because we have a lot of those acute and chronic pain, inflammatory issues come into our office. A lot of as we mentioned, the disc-related issues, herniated disc, bulging disc, people coming in with failed back surgery, people contemplating surgery. And I think it's something that's definitely going to help my patients, in addition to, as we talked about, the common complaint is they don't like the bulky big back brace underneath them, and
right.
It makes them look like they have something there. With your brace, it's not as noticeable as well.
Right.
A lot of people don't even know, and a lot of people care about this issue that other people see them with a back brace on and it's bulky and they have a back-related issue. You almost cannot even tell that you have the garment on when you have it on. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting because when we were in our prototyping phase, we weren't sure how people were going to wear it, whether they were going to wear it on top of their clothing, underneath, or by itself. And I thought we would really know after our but again, it's across the board. From our survey, we're finding 40% of people are wearing it on top of their clothing, like a polo during a golf game. 20% of people are wearing it under their clothing, as if at a desk, in the office. And 20% of people are using it just by itself. So it's again, it's like it's not pointing to one clear path for how people are using it. They're just using it the way that works for them, and that's the great part about the versatility in the design.
All right, I want to remind you, if you have any questions for Helen today, we do have open phone line 412-825-6262, 412-825-6262. Don't be shy. Make sure you call in today if you have any questions whatsoever. Just want to touch a little bit about the icing and heating. Of course, a lot of our patients, we recommend they use ice. We transition them into the heating phase later on once their inflammation has settled down. We talk about the use of both ice and heat as well in the office. I think it's extremely important. And they're important modalities to help, again, as you talked about, avoid pain medication. And I'm not against pain medication, in some cases short-term, but the long-term use of pain medication, as we all know, can have potentially damaging side effects to the body. So this is a great way to help people lessen their need for pain medication, as well as lessen their inflammation in the body, which you've just touched on. Mm-hmm. And I definitely would recommend it, and that's why I want to partner with you, and we're going to talk more about that and hopefully have you on the show in the future talking more about your product and maybe some future products you may develop into the future as well. So I definitely support spandex and the Revive Tank. I think it's a great addition to our practice, and I'm very proud to have you on the show today. Can you talk a little bit more how a person listening to the show or one of my patients can get a Revive tank?
Sure, absolutely. You can go onto our website at spandice.com. That's SPAND-ICE.com, and learn all about our Revive tanks and the benefits. You can also look at the different pictures and read about the thermal modalities and even the testing that we did, throughout the development of our product. That's SPAND-ICE.com. We also are selling our garments at Relax the Back in East Liberty. So if you wanted to go and try one on and make sure that you had the perfect fit, you could go right into that store, and they have a display at their point-of-sale system for the Revive tank. So tell them I sent you.
And eventually it's going to be available online through my website as well. Unfortunately, my webmaster was doing some other things on my site, and he's going to get to doing that very soon in the near future. So eventually you'll be able to receive them on my website, www.americanbackcenters.com as well. There's a link on there as well. There will be a link on there as well. Now, I'm looking at your website now, Helen, and it's very impressive. I'm looking over some of your testimonies and such. Did you want to go over any of the testimonials today?
Sure. Let's see. We'll start with Sarah out of California. She says, I finally had the chance to wear the Revive tank after I strained my back working long hours. I wore it all morning and loved it. It also helps to keep me cool. I think I'll start using it as a preventative measure when I'm working. Cooling out in Cali with my icy Revive tank. And then we go to Sharif in Egypt, and he said, today was my first use of the Revive tank, which he used heated. I can't believe how good and practical and comfortable it is. I never imagined it like this. I think it's for anyone with back pain. The Revive tank is a must-have.
I must add, that's a gentleman from Egypt. So you're getting people all over the country, if not the world now, looking at this product now.
That's right. And we even have people in our own backyard. Brandon from Pittsburgh, who's a physical trainer, says, as a fitness professional, I found the Revive tank allows me a lot more freedom. Before, I'd have to take an hour out of my day to ice. Now I'm icing when I'm working with my next client, and it's fantastic. This product is for anybody, not just for people with chronic back pain. So, Brendan touches upon a really good point. A lot of people just deal with the aches and pains in their lives. Even though they don't have chronic back pain, they tend to have acute back pain from time to time. This can be a really good product in your portfolio to refer to time and time again for when you're having small pains, large pains, recovering from injury. It's really a wide array of back pain that ice and heat therapy can help accommodate and recover from.
All right. Remember, we do have open phone lines if you have a question for Helen today, 412-825-6262. Any closing thoughts, Helen, that you have on your product or anything else you'd like to say to the listening audience before we let you go today?
Well, I do thank you again for having me on your show. If anybody's suffering from back pain, there's an easy way to deal with it. And, I've created a way to do that without taking time out of your life. It's as easy as putting on your shirt. So you can do that and get on with your life with the Revive tank by Spandice. And, keep an eye on us because we're moving from, we're moving up the spine into upper back, shoulders, and neck area next. But right now we're focusing on low and mid back pain with our Revive tank.
All right, very well said. And I thank you again very much for coming on the show. Be on again here in the near future to talk about more about your Revive tank and possibly some of the new products you'll be putting on the market as well.
Thank you so much. We'll be in touch.
All right. Well, you have a good day. Thank you for coming on.
You too. Bye-bye.
Again, I want to thank Helen for being on the show today. The exciting new product, Revive tank. Again, you can visit her website. Eventually, we're going to have a link on our website as well. We don't have it up there quite yet, but we will in the near future, talking more about the spandex and how you can obtain it through our office as well. And again, I want to thank Helen for being on the show today.